Hello everyone, I'm RecV5.
And I am Sandman99.
And welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, in the last episode, we encountered, can't remember the guy's name now, Gimbal Rock or something like that.
Dickhead.
The halfling guy, who is now Gimbal Bach, and his merry band of adventurers, who are now his dead band of adventurers.
Yeah, they're now paced.
Because I actually failed, even though I've got my deception outfit on and all that kind of stuff.
You still failed.
I still failed miserably. I rolled a 1 on my deception check when I tried to trick Gimbal Bach.
Oh, was it actually a 1 that you rolled?
Yeah, it was actually a 1 I rolled, so it wouldn't have mattered even, how many bonuses I had or anything like that. But now, we're going to pick the lock because we are at this old ruin. And this is actually the same old ruin that we came up to a different door from right here.
Mm-hmm.
When we first found Shadowheart having a nap on the beach there. Right?
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, we went this way and that way. And
so you're just approaching it from the other side?
Yeah, so we're approaching it from the other side this time around. And so this door is also locked, but we'll try and lockpick the door. And this door isn't particularly hard to lockpick by the looks of it. No, except that I rolled a 1.
Oh my god.
A critical failure. Okay, well, we'll go try again. Because we have a few thieves' tools to spare. There, made it this time. Every now and then you can get on one of those really cold streaks where you roll 1s like really often.
Yep.
And,
well, at least by this game's point in time, because I know I've been talking a little bit about how pseudo-random number generators work as we've gone through these D&D series, both this one and the Pool of Radiance one that we're doing. At this point in time, and I'm not sure if they actually would have rectified it, but we're actually aware more now of the biases in pseudo-random number generators and in arithmetic done on numbers generated from pseudo-random number generators.
Yeah.
So...
well, the thing is, though, like, for example, for Pool of Radiance, which was before they worked out those issues, at least they didn't have critical failures, or critical successes. Although I guess a 20, if you rolled a 20, you always succeeded in whatever it was you were trying to do, right?
And if you roll a 1, you always fail.
And if you roll the 1, you always fail, but it wasn't a... Oh, there's a guy, but I have the advantage because I'm very, very fast. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to bite this guy. And then... I guess I will hit him with my vampire claw attack. I guess Gimbal Bach's gang must have been a little bit bigger, hey?
Yep.
Bandit's key. Okay, and we'll pick up his armor and add it to Ware's.
Maybe he went inside to check the place out while they were outside.
We're going to start handing out torches to people. So we handed a torch to Shadowheart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just check Shadowheart's inventory here and see if she already had a torch. Yeah, she already had a torch. Okay.
Guess you'd trade to someone else.
Yeah. Okay, looks like I could give that torch to Gale, maybe. So we'll go up here. Okay. And as far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be any limit as to how long a torch lasts.
Yep.
So, so long as everybody, in our little merry band has a torch.
No prayers. Only dust and silence.
Who are those prayers for? Normally the patron god is obvious. Not here.
Yeah.
Ancient, indecipherable text covers the plaque.
Yeah, we can't read the plaque.
Tongue. Whoever worshipped here must be long gone.
But we'll have a look at the stack of books. Oh, look at this. Death and Divinity, a Godly Guide. So, death is too powerful a force for even a single god to contain. It is a duty that has been passed from hand to hand, splintered into smaller pieces. Disease, war, funeral rites, but there must always be an overseer of the cycle as life falls away. For countless aeons it was Jurgle. The lord of the end of everything presided over mortality with his unblinking stare until even he grew weary. Young Bal, Bane, and Miracle must have thought themselves conquerors when they came for the god of death, yet he used their ambitions to free himself. Miracle claimed primacy over death from Jurgle's bargain, but even he does not rule death alone. What is murder if not the most violent of deaths seized by Bal in his constant, incessant greed? And what need would there be for noble Kelemvor to judge passing souls if one deity could hold the process entire? Even gods can die after all. Those who worship death should remember that above all else. Okay, well, we'll add the book to wares. The Curse of the Vampire. Hearken close and beware the vampire. Beware its cold beauty. Beware its charm. Beware its curse. Above all, beware the pale noble, for the vampire cannot bear to be of common folk. How does one protect from the beast? Walk not in the blackest night, for the vampire loves these nights more than any other. If you must walk, do so by the light of our moon, and take care. Carry blessings and marks of your god at all times. But remember, your home is a fortress, if protected well. If you hear a knock in the night, be wary. Let no stranger into your home. If it be a friend, look upon them. You find them pallid and wan. You see any mark upon their neck. You see any dirt upon their clothes. Unless their need is great, turn away all but the most trusted. And if the beast finds a way into your home, flee. Leave love and family behind. You will not save them if you fight. You will not see them again. But they will see you, pale and smiling, calling them into the night. Okay. They definitely changed around the way vampires work in Baldur's Gate 3 as well, right? Like in the, I suppose, the 5th edition rules.
Yeah.
Because the take on them was actually very simplified in the 1st edition rules, where basically if they made a physical attack and they hit, then you would actually suffer some physical damage, but you would also suffer a level drain.
Yep.
Which means that if you were, say, a 6th level fighter, I think it was a double level drain for vampires too, because they were particularly powerful. And there was more than one kind of undead that had that ability to drain levels. And
yeah, it was a very common thing back then.
Yeah, and so, you know, like if you were a 6th level fighter and you got hit by a vampire, well, then you became a 4th level fighter, right?
Yeah, you drop, I think, what was the rule? Something like 1 experience point below 5th level?
Something like that. I don't remember now exactly what the more specific, all the specifics of it were, but it was very, very bad thing to be hit by level draining attacks, right?
Yeah, I think if you get level drained below level 1, that has some serious consequences too.
Well, I think what happens then is your character actually dies, but then they will come back as a vampire under the control of the vampire that killed them, right? And basically the way it worked was that in that version of the game, a vampire had anywhere from 7 to 9 hit dice or something like that.
Yep.
And the 7 hit dice and 8 hit dice ones would be the weaker ones that came back under the control of a stronger vampire, right? That killed them. And the 9 hit dice ones would be, say, what would happen if you manage to, like, outlive the vampire that made you, kind of thing. Then you could become a
What am I to do?
you know, like full-powered, full-strength vampire kind of thing.
Yep.
And they also had a lot of special abilities, like the ability to summon animals of various different types, or turn into a cloud of gas, or turn into a bat, or turn into a wolf, you know, like that kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
They had a lot of. They also had the ability to hypnotize or charm people. Okay. Oh. Back up, guys, quick. Oh, damn it.
Lizelle just walked right in there.
Yep. Okay.
Good job, Lizelle.
Looks like I'm still sneaking, though. Hey? There. Now I'm real close.
Yeah, you're exactly where you need to be.
I'm exactly where I need to be. And I can use a Flurry of Blows stagger, or Flurry of Blows topple, or Flurry of Blows push, because when I leveled up the last time around, I gained a specialization and I chose the way of the open hand.
Yep.
And so if you spend a key point, of which I believe I now have 4, right? You spend a key point for Flurry of Blows topple, and then
just outright kill them.
Yep.
Well, that's topple, technically.
Technically, yeah. But anyway, we'll send the poison to Asterion, some thieves' tools, some trap disarm kit, and we'll add this person's weapons to our wares. It kind of looks like Gimblebach there had a fairly good-sized gang. But anyway, now I've only got 3 key points left to spend, right?
Yep.
But I think I recover them even in a short rest, right? Like I recover key points by taking, like if the party takes a short rest, as opposed to a long rest.
Right.
And it appears that I'm pretty good at sneaking too, right? There's a stack of books. The Unclaimed. So I don't know if I'm going to read all of these books aloud. Maybe I'll just leave the book open for a few seconds.
Yeah, so people
Just
can
so
pause
that
and read it if they want.
People can pause and read it if they want. It's just a little bit of, lore, basically, about how the cleric of Shar, the Lady of Loss, when she died, was not claimed by her deity, right? So, anyway, we'll, because books are a saleable treasure, and they don't weigh a whole lot in this game. So it's worthwhile picking them up. Okay, the Mortal View. Okay. And this is just, I don't know, it looks like bits and snippets of lore from the first 2 games, maybe? Because I think what they're referring to here in this first entry is a possibly an NPC from the first game, right? Because I recognize the name Gorion.
Yep.
Right? Gorion is like your guardian when you first create your first character in the original Baldur's Gate game, right? And you start in Candlekeep, right?
Yep.
And then here they're talking about various other things. Bal, apparently. The Five, I'm not sure who the Five are. They're like a band of NPCs, apparently.
All kinds of lore stuff.
Yep, all kinds of lore stuff. So, anyway. And there's another copy of The Unclaimed, so we're just going to pick it up because we can sell those books. And of course, when you go to have a look in a... sometimes I get stuck when I jump on or climb onto a box. Because if there happens to be somebody in the way and I can't step down off of it...
Then you have to jump off it.
I have to jump off it. Okay. Alright, and there's some just regular clothing and hats and things, stuff and things here.
Nothing really worth picking up.
No, not really. so we're gonna go over here now and have a look at this door. And this door cannot be lockpicked.
No lock, no handle. How does it open?
Yeah, okay. So, hear that? I hear somebody talking
Yep.
through the door.
Better be cautious.
So maybe we'll try and do this hiding thing again here.
Unnoticed. Good.
Yeah, and hopefully Lae'zel doesn't just casually walk out into the open there.
Yeah, well, Lae'zel is not stealthy, okay?
Assume nothing.
I mean, even if she...
I think even the metal armor that
Yeah.
she wears gives her a penalty to stealth checks. And
That's
that kind
right,
of
yeah.
thing.
And then she's not, like, stealth-oriented in mind anyways, right?
No. No, she is rather direct in her approach toward combat. Okay, there, that guy. Okay.
Clear off! We got here first.
Well, that's, I'd say, would be a hostile act, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So, I guess we'll hit this guy with a flurry of blows. Where is he? There he is. Torga.
And I guess you basically assassinated him.
Pretty much. Okay, what else can we do here? Looks like I've used up all of my allowed actions this turn. I guess now... Oh, look at that. That was a fire thingamajig that he threw, so we'll just get out of the fire here.
On I go.
Yeah. And, maybe we'll cast one of these mirror images here. And we'll also cast a minor healing spell. Just to fix up Gale here a little bit.
Yeah, because he's a little more squishy than the rest of you.
Yeah, well, he also doesn't have the benefit of having a nice defensive spell. Although he does have the shield, which, you know, helps him to avoid being struck. There, he took some more damage from the fire before he could get out of it, right? So now, I could cast a mirror image spell again. Or, yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, he's fairly squishy, so whatever defensive benefits he can give himself is really,
Yeah, probably a good plan, yeah. And then I'll move a little closer here just so that that guy wants, if he wants to throw his alchemist fire here, he can't get more than one of us at once. Because that's what that was, right? He threw
Yep.
a vial of alchemist fire.
What now?
Okay, but now, as it turns out, that guy is not going to get another chance to do
waste a
that
step.
anyway. Because we're going to come over here and we're going to... Oh, okay, it looks like I didn't completely finish my turn, but everybody else got to act a little bit first, right?
Maybe it was you just had a little bit of initiative because of your health, your stealth.
Yeah. But that's okay. I still have enough left there to kill him. And then I can move a little bit more here too, right? I can move right in here close to this person who looks like a squishy magic user type.
Time to strike.
Okay, Lae'zel doesn't have enough movement to get there.
Maybe she could get to that other guy back there.
Maybe she can get to this other guy over here. Yeah. Okay, and Lae'zel has some interesting abilities too, because remember last episode she leveled up.
Yep.
And she is a battle master, which is a fighter specialization, I guess. And so she gains a number of specialty things. One of them is called fainting attack, and you'll notice that it does a lot more damage. Like a regular main hand attack does 4 to 13.
Yep.
Whereas one of these special attacks does 5 to 21. And also, with this fainting attack, basically use your action and your bonus action both to attack with advantage and bonus damage. Right? So, we'll rush over here and we'll... Okay. So she managed to get a hit there, which is good.
A middling range one.
Yep. And then we can use an action surge, which allows her to take an additional action. And since we already used the fainting attack, right, we could use the melee trip attack now, right? Oh, missed.
Yeah, that's
Crap.
unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but anyway.
He's in good place right now, though, having the fighter in his face.
Yeah,
That's absolutely what you want to have.
yeah. Well, it looks like Shadowheart here can maybe do some attacking too. Now, there's a couple of different options here because she's using that flail +1. I could make a weapon attack, which would do an okay amount of damage. I don't think I'd be able to kill this guy with a single blow. But if she misses, then I'll still at least do 1 point of damage, right?
Yep, because you've got that special.
On the other hand, I could cast Inflict Wounds, which does a large amount of damage potentially, but I need to make an attack roll, and if I miss, then I've used up that spell for nothing, right?
Yep.
So I think what I'm going to do, since we are heavily advantaged here, is I'm just going to see about... See, she did 5 points of damage there,
Yep.
which helps. And then I still have the ability to, you know, like use a bonus action to cast a healing spell on herself, right? So now she's in pretty good shape. She's at full health and she's got 3 mirror images.
And she's not burning anymore.
Yeah. There. Now she's got 2 mirror images. But that's okay. We're going to get rid of this spellcaster-y type here right away. And I like to use Flurry of Blows Topple when I'm on flat surfaces here against humanoid opponents. Because assuming that I don't kill that person right away anyway, I can knock them down and then they have to spend an action to get back up. Right?
Yep.
And I actually have enough movement that I can go all the way over here now and make my vampire claw attack on this guy, and that's curtains for him.
Nice.
So let's see what he's got on him. He's got a great club. Leather boot, yeah. Okay, the leather gloves, oddly enough, are worth more than the leather boots are, but okay. We'll take his gloves and his boots.
They're not too heavy, right?
Yeah. But anyway, as you can see, the monk is literally a one-man wrecking crew, right?
Well, especially when you got the stealth attack there off on that guy.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Okay, now we're gonna give another torch. We're gonna give a torch to Lae'zel, I guess. And we'll pick up these guys as weapons and armor because we can sell them. And then, okay, where is this other one here? We'll might as well loot all the bodies first here. Journey through the jungle. I'm not really too sure what this is referring to. But anyway, it appears to be an excerpt from somebody's journal.
Or some such.
Yeah. And a scroll of burning hands, and we're going to give that to Gale. So we'll have a quick look at Gale here. And we'll open his backpack.
And put the scroll in.
And put the scroll in, because eventually he can end up carrying around 20 or 30 scrolls, right?
Yep.
And that makes the inventory extremely congested.
No one stopped me yet.
Okay, So we'll just look through the books because we can look through there and pick up. There's another copy of Curse of the Vampire. There's a lot of that one we've read already. There's a lot of duplicates too, right?
But they all sell.
But they all sell. There's another copy of that one. 2 copies of it.
Yeah, this isn't somebody's personal library. They were running a commercial bookstore here.
Yeah, probably. Because well, I think that they don't have as many books in this game as they do in, for example, Oblivion, for sure, right? I can't speak for Morrowind because I never played Morrowind.
Well, a lot of the books that you see even in Oblivion, they're kind of carried over from Daggerfall.
Yeah, but I know that Oblivion had a ton of books. I mean, I played that game a lot over a several year period, and I'm still not sure that I've managed to, you know, like read every book that there is, right?
Yeah, they basically just kept adding books and books and books and books and books.
Yeah. In fact, I think Oblivion even has more books than Skyrim does. Although some of the books that are in Oblivion are also, like, well, many of the books that are in Oblivion are in Skyrim as well. And maybe that's not a correct statement, because if you look in the bookshelves in the library at the College of Magic in Skyrim, they have a lot of books in there, like hundreds of them, right? So, but I know also that
I think basically they started, like, writing the books, like, way back in, like, at least as far back as Daggerfall, right? And they just kept adding more and more and more books?
Yeah.
As time went on.
Well, the thing is that their books also were an important source of lore for the game world too, right?
In some regards, and in other times it's just like funny things like the lusty Argonian maid.
True, but those are they're,
flavor
they're,
text.
Yeah,
you'd expect books to exist in a world like that.
Oh yeah, right. We still need to find a way to open that door. But a lot of the books that are in Oblivion and Skyrim, though, do tell you about the lore. Oh, look there.
Yeah, what happened since the last game, I guess.
Well, not only that, but how the world came to be. Even like some of the books even refer to the prehistoric times and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Like what do they call it? The Meredithic era or something?
I don't even know what the word is, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, we figured out a way to open that wonderful door, so now we're gonna come in here. And we're in the dank crypt.
This place was
And look at this. Look at this. See, I can light these too if I want, right? But anyway, we'll open the opulent chest here. And we'll... Oh, that's hardly even worth picking up. We'll loot most of the items out of it. There's another one over here.
The Peridot ring.
Yeah. What's a peridot, anyway?
You know, I have no idea. Maybe I should look it up. What is a peridot?
Okay, scrolls of protection from evil and good. So maybe we'll split these. And we'll send one to Shadowheart. And we'll send one to Lae'zel. I think Gale already has a number of these kinds of things. Okay. Now, here we go. Now we need to,
Here you go. From Wikipedia, peridot is a yellow-green transparent variety of olivine.
What's an olivine?
Magnesium iron 2 silicate oxygen 4. I don't know.
Wow. It's a semi-precious stone, is that what it is?
I think it's precious because of the translucent nature of it, but I don't know if olivine is precious. Although I don't really know what olivine is. Olivine is a magnesium iron silicate. The primary component of the Earth's upper mantle.
Oh.
Common in the subsurface, but weathers quickly on the surface.
Oh.
Used as a gemstone as well as in industrial applications like metalworking.
Oh. Okay. Okay, here we go. Perception. That's what we need. Okay, we got to put on our perception outfit now. Whoops. The wrong way of doing it, though. Now we're going to need to put it back. And then we will go here and we will equip it. There we go. So here's our perception. Amazing how we change clothes, but they're still all bloody and stuff, right?
Well, I guess it's not like you took a shower or anything before you changed.
Yeah. But that's okay. It's not my blood. Okay, so here we go. We have a buff to our perception, which then just failed. Come on, somebody's got to pass a perception check. Yeah, right there.
Be careful not to trigger that thing.
Yeah, we'll disarm this trap so nobody steps on it.
But as long as you don't roll a 1, you've got like a shitload of bonuses there.
Yep, that's right. But anyway, it basically just disarms that trap. There's actually quite a lot of traps in here.
There's a trap.
But you can bypass most of them, I think, by pushing this button on this column. Right? And you still have to disarm this trap here, though, on the sarcophagus, if you want to... Okay, and then we'll open the sarcophagus, and there is a spear called the Watcher's Guide, and an engraved key. Now, the Watcher's Guide is a magic item that I could use, but I prefer to use Corellian's Grace there, rather than the Watcher's Guide. But with the Watcher's Guide, if you put that into the hands of a fighter, say like Karlach, it's a useful weapon. It doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but if you miss on an attack, then the next attack that you make has advantage.
Yep.
Right? So, you know, it is a useful weapon for one of the other characters in the party to have.
Especially if you have a character who has a tendency to miss, I guess.
Well, everybody misses every now and then. You know, like it's going to happen, right?
Trap.
Anyway, we're detecting all kinds of traps all over the place, but I think those, there's an onyx ring.
Mine.
Some ring mail armor.
Trigger that thing.
That's heavy armor. Okay, we don't have anybody that can wear heavy armor.
Not even Lazelle?
No, she doesn't have heavy armor proficiency. Her armor, even though it looks metallic, is actually medium armor.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, this is another thing, too. In the first edition, we didn't really have armor classifications in that way.
Yeah.
You know? Like light armor, medium armor, heavy armor. This is a thing that appears to have been introduced in the 5th edition rules, right? Anyway, we'll carefully walk around here. There's another trap right there. Have a look in this box. There's nothing there. This is that locked door, right?
Oh, okay, on the other side.
From the, from the other side, like from the beach.
Yeah, so you come in from the beach and then you walk in and get yourself killed on traps, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, we've got a couple of potions of healing and an arrow of lightning and the holy water, which we will give to Shadowheart. And another torch. And we'll give a torch to Asterion. And we'll keep that. Anyway. It's kind of okay to walk around in here so long as you know where the floor plates are, because these things here are not technically... You could disarm them, which destroys them. But basically, you know, like... The floor panels there are the things that you need to be concerned about, right?
Yep. Just a pike. You know, you'd almost have trouble fitting a pike into a box like this.
Maybe it breaks down, though. Right? Because quite often they would be in two pieces or something like that, right?
Telescoping pike? Well,
no, not telescoping. You'd you know, like they
assemble
would,
it?
Yeah, they would be like a pin and socket kind of a thing where it would break down into two pieces.
Maybe.
Because it's not the easiest thing to carry a 12 or 14 foot spear around with you everywhere you go, right? When you're not actually using it.
I wonder what that would look like if you equipped somebody with that. That might be humorous.
What, the pike?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm even allowed to use a pike. Let's see here. If I can even find it now. Quarterstaff. We have a lot of items.
A lot of short bows.
Yeah.
Down one?
Great club.
Right?
Oh, dagger.
Okay, that's just a short sword.
Okay, spear. I would suspect that the animation for it would be not unlike... Well, I wonder if I accidentally sent it to camp or something, because I don't see it in the inventory here at all. Right? That happens sometimes. Oh, maybe this is it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. No, I can't use it.
It has extra reach.
Yeah. Yeah, basically that's a thing too. Like spears and spear-like weapons, you can attack enemies that are further away, right? And I think they also give you a special ability where you can make a opportunity attack against enemies that approach you if you have the right skills, right? Okay, so here we go into the next part of the crypt here. And this is a big area. There's a skeleton laying on the floor.
But no sign of a struggle.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
Okay, let's test this theory that I had now, right? Okay, so I've got one key point left, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll do a short rest.
Oh, lovely little pick-me-up.
There, now I've completely refilled all my key points.
Yep.
That's another thing that makes a monk extremely powerful, is that you have access to all of these special abilities. Whereas, in order for a spellcaster to recover their spells, you actually have to full-on camp and long rest, right?
Yep. Well, apparently, according to a random website, D&D 5 Pike has the ability to push enemies up to 10 feet backwards. I haven't found the length of the pike yet, though.
Oh, well, I remember reading that at one time, that pikes were anywhere from like 10 feet and longer, as even going out as much as like 16 or 18 feet long, right?
That's right. That's how it was in the original edition as well, because that's how a pike was defined by the old rules.
Yeah, but they weren't typically used by a single person in one-on-one combat, because they'd be
very heavy,
far too long and unwieldy for that kind of fighting, right? Although, I guess in the rules, technically, you could do it, right? But in real life, I think that they were never used that way. They were basically used by mass, like, formations of footmen to, stop cavalry
That's right.
charges and that kind of thing, right?
I mean, it looks like you can use it. It weighs 18 in probably whatever the encumbrance unit is.
What edition are you looking at?
5E.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what their encumbrance units are. I mean, in this game here, everything is in pounds, right?
Okay, so maybe it's 18 pounds. So it'd be heavy.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're swinging it around. You're basically just thrusting it in and out. And it says it has 5 extra feet of reach when you attack with it. So
Yeah.
I guess you could attack from further away with the pike as well. Which is something you could do in the older edition as well if you use the more advanced weapon rules.
Well, we just missed a little bit of dialogue there.
Oh, my bad. I'm too busy reading about pikes.
Yeah, somebody commented on, I think this temple was to Jurgal,
Yeah.
right? That's what this temple was to, I think. But anyway, we're gonna go in here now. And that's a broken sarcophagus. And there's nowhere to go here. That's like a great big hole to nowhere. And in this sarcophagus, I've just found another one of these soul coin things, which will have some use later. And a heavy chest. Okay, I'm not carrying a key that can open that, so I'll have to lockpick it. And this one is a moderately difficult lockpick check, right?
Yep. You made it.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm making up for all the ones that I rolled earlier, right?
Yeah, I bet you the pike would probably be good if you had a backline fighter who was a bit weaker in physical strength.
Oh, look.
If he could hide behind the frontline fighters and then strike from the rear without having to use a ranged weapon.
Well, in first edition rules, that's how weapons of that type could often be used,
That's right.
right? In fact, they even had, like specific rules regarding the use of pikes in that way, right? There. We're finding an awful lot of protection from evil and good scrolls. Okay, so I'm going to switch to Gale here, because Gale has some abilities regarding this wonderful Book of the Dead Gods here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This book is far lighter than it should be.
He can
with
just
such a
make better
massive
ability
lore.
checks that apply to this particular thing.
Oh!
Okay, well, you know what? I can use an inspiration point to roll again. Because my monk character is Dur, you know?
Yep.
As
like,
the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment.
Yeah.
What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
Religion, okay. We'll examine the book more closely with our knowledge of religion.
Looks like you made it this time.
Gods. These are the names
And got
of
some
gods,
approval from
once
Shadowheart.
lost, but now restored after the second sundering. The last 3 names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scroll as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
Well, that's a peculiar book.
Yep. And Gale just got... Okay, so we're gonna have him pick that up. Gale just got another inspiration, and Shadowheart got an inspiration too. So we spent an inspiration to gain 2 inspirations, basically, right?
Yep.
And then Gale also got us a scroll. So we'll open our backpack and we'll transfer our scrolls.
Looks like you've been collecting a few of them.
Yeah, and we'll also we'll transfer that book. I don't know whether that book has some importance later or not. I have no idea. But I like to keep unusual things like that just in case.
Yeah.
Right? Because you never know. The way this game is, like I think I may have mentioned before, that sometimes you can make choices or have things forced on you due to unlucky dice rolls or you know, that kind of thing. And these things can have far-reaching consequences that you just can't see right now, but it could be, you know, like halfway through the game later that you see something, right?
Is in a language unknown to you.
Okay. Well, doesn't seem to be anything else in here. So I guess we'll head over here and explore this little corner. And there is a rather obvious button on the wall. We'll press the button.
Always push buttons that you don't know what they do.
Oh yeah, for sure. And of course, all the skeletons are going to get up. So it looks like my habit of looting everything is probably going to be good, because now these skeletons are all going to be unarmed, right?
Let them come. The darkness can be to our advantage.
It can? Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to just move on up here. And then I'm going to... Well, I can't get close enough to do that. So I guess I'll have to just shoot them. I'll shoot them. How about that? See, I don't do as much damage with missile weapons as the rogue character does. Like, I'm also currently doing another playthrough with a rogue.
Yep.
And the rogue with missile weapons, like with those same 2-hand crossbows, can do like 30 points of damage with the main hand crossbow attack from ambush, right?
Well, still, though, you didn't do bad there at all.
No. But it's just a different, like a totally different skill set, right? Hey, let's have some fun here. Remember the spell Flaming Sphere? No?
No, actually.
You don't remember the spell's Flaming Sphere? Well. And now the Flaming Sphere can do stuff like run into things, ram, jump. Okay, you can either turn the fire on or off, I guess, or dismiss it, right? So we'll ram. It's basically a pet spell, right?
Yep.
Battle of wits.
And I think that's how it actually worked in first edition too, right? If you cast the Flaming Sphere, you'd have to maintain concentration on it, but you could move it around.
Yep.
And make it collide with enemies and or flammable objects and that kind of thing, right? Oh, that one just cost silence on us, so we are silenced. Silence, I say. We'll have to move out of... We'll move out of the area of silence. And I'm not sure if I have line of sight on any of these guys, but... Shadowheart
has a better ranged attack than throwing a hammer.
Yep. Well, not only that, but she also has the ability to turn undead, but it looks like none of them are within range. Right? Or maybe that one is just at the edge of range, I don't know. No, I think I wasted it. I think that they were outside of range, right?
Yep. Seems so.
Yeah. So that was kind of dumb. Okay, well,
On the move.
And Lae'zel has to use a ranged attack this time around. And we'll just attack the one that's almost dead. Miss. Oh, now they're going to silence us too.
Good thing you already cast your flaming spear.
There are actually spells like Gale has one or two offensive type spells that can be cast even when you're silenced as well. There, seeing it treats the flaming sphere as an enemy, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go up here and I'm going to kick the crap out of this guy. We'll use our special attack just for the additional damage here.
He dead.
Yep. Then we can maybe run back here and yeah, because I've got a lot of movement.
Very well.
And yeah, we'll just do this. Okay. So this thing can move a little bit too, right? It actually has the same amount of movement as a regular player character does.
No, it almost took out that guy.
Yep, almost. So, I think he's still... Okay, he's no longer silenced, but,
Then maybe possibly still silenced? I don't know. Or did you just get barely outside the range of it?
I think I just got barely outside the range of it. But anyway, we'll see. We'll try and cast this magic missile spell here. We'll hit him with one, and we'll hit him with the other ones. Ah.
Survives with one hit.
Well, the thing is that if you break their concentration, right, then the silence is dispelled, right?
Yep.
Which is something that's a little different from the first edition as well, because in the first edition, silence 15-foot radius is what it was called. I think it has a larger radius here, or maybe it is 15. Yeah, 15-foot radius. Basically, who we got here? Shadowheart. Okay. So we'll just go up here and we'll attack this guy. Wow, she drove 14 points of damage there.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay. Anyway, silence 15-foot radius was a spell that had a duration, but, you know, based on the caster's level, I think, like a base number of turns plus 1 turn per level or something like that. That's how most of the duration type spells in the first edition worked.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, like there wasn't any of this maintaining concentration where the spell will last as long as you continue to concentrate on it.
It was more the spell lasts as long as it lasts.
Yeah, exactly. The spell lasts for, you know, the duration. Okay, you cannot escape. I am coming to beat the poop out of you.
Yes, where you definitely know a lot more about the spell casting parts than I do.
Well, I've always had a little bit more of an interest.
But we might make use of them.
I can tell you how good Bardishas and Tridents are,
Yeah,
but
I've always had more of an interest in that type of that part of the game than you have too, though, right? Because you've always been basically the you know, brute force kind of guy.
Yep.
The Amulet of Lost Voices, which allows the wearer to cast a Speak with Dead spell. Okay, maybe we'll give that to Shadowheart. Gold, Simpland, Fire Amber, whoops, and a Viridian Crystal. These are all alchemical ingredients by the looks of it that were in this chest. Okay, there is a plaque in front of this
Here lies
sarcophagus.
the guardian of tombs. Through knowledge comes atonement.
Ooh. Okay, let's open it.
Well, that was easy. It's a lich.
Or a mummy or something.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me, right as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
Wow. We're getting deep here. So, okay. The peaceful undead? Yeah. So he has spoken. What he are you talking about?
An arbiter of certain matters. But that is not important now. Wilt thou answer my question?
Sure.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
Well, I could give the commie answer. Or depends on a person's deeds. Some somewhat evil answers, and then this is the good, nice answer, right? We'll do
And
that.
thus, balance is achieved. If all are at war, none can win. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
Okay. Open the journal to learn more. Explore the ruins. The strange figure said he would see us again. He was probably the ruins' greatest secret, and there's no harm in checking for more valuables. Okay, well, let's do that. Another
Looks
one
like he
those
left a bunch
soul
of shit
coins,
behind.
Some gold and a scroll. Okay, well, Gale is going to be the keeper of the scrolls for now. So there you go. We came, we looted, we left.
Ready and willing.
And it's easier to just keep up on this as we, come across these
I
things,
have a lot
right?
on my mind. And, well, in it.
So, we finished exploring the dank crypt. And I suspect that Withers has been out of commission for a while.
Well, you know what, though? He's still enough that he doesn't want to use the stairs there and instead just jumps right up to where he needs to be.
Yeah. Well, I suspect that Withers is, like you say, like a lich or something like that, but I think he was probably a priest of Jurgol or something. I'm just speculating here. I've never seen or heard anything that would indicate that, but it just would make sense, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we made it. Oh, there. We can dig up another chest full of stuff here. Potion of animals speaking in gold. Okay. Some of these chests have a little bit of stuff. Some of these chests have a lot of stuff. And you just never really know what you're going to get. Another scroll for protection from evil. Okay, well, we'll give that one to Will, too. A scroll of mage armor. Yeah, you know what? We'll give that to Will, too.
Divvying out the mage stuff.
Well, we might just try Will out for a little while after we camp here.
Aren't you worried your kind will punish you for consorting with us?
My name is Lae'zel Chucky. And my kin will understand my need for servants. They will help you, but only if I ask.
Well, we'll head back to town here and unload our junk before we camp, I think. I'm just making sure that I've gone close enough to this to activate it. And then maybe we'll camp and we'll swap out Lae'zel for,
Do you think your kin search for you, Lae'zel?
I know they do not. It is my responsibility to cleanse myself.
They pursued the Nautiloid. Perhaps they were trying to free you.
A vain notion. I am one of many, and will not be a burden to my queen.
Anyway, some of the interactions between different characters can be kind of entertaining too, right?
Yeah.
Because some of them actually get along well, whereas others definitely don't like each other.
Yeah, like Lae'zel and Shadowheart.
Yeah.
Need anything
And
else?
that part of interpersonal relationships,
But
I don't
please,
mind too
remember,
much in this kind of game. It
you're
kind
the
of
only one in need.
it injects a little bit of humor and maybe a little bit of immersion into the game. Okay, it looks like he has enough. I can mass sell our wares here. Now, has he got anything new in here recently? Not really. Doesn't look like it.
Sylvanus be with you.
Yeah, same to you, pal. Okay, let's go camp now, and then we'll see about swapping out Will for Lae'zel here for a bit.
There are important matters to discuss.
Oh yeah, Withers is at our camp now too.
Oh, okay.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Oh, okay. Well, you were sorting something before.
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
So there, if I decided I didn't want like all of the core NPCs in my party, I could hire one from through this guy, right?
Ah.
Okay, so that's impressive.
Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
Wow. Okay, that's really powerful magic. Why is it easy for you?
Because it is my calling. There is little else to explain.
Okay. Helpful, but there's nobody dead on my side. You can also change your class, I guess, with him. If you want, you can hire hirelings, you can raise dead, although that costs I think it costs 200 gold pieces or something to raise a dead character.
So it's important to sell shit and raise funds.
Yeah. Yeah, 200 gold pieces, right? Okay. Alright. Well, that's good to know. So let's go over here and talk to Will.
The goblins still infest the roads. As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people are trapped.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Sorry, but there's no room for me.
That's okay, because we'll get Lae'zel to
Ready and willing.
go and sit down for a while. So now Will gets to level up. And Will is a warlock, okay? Which is a sort of a magic-using character that derives their magic powers from a patron, I guess. Like a supernatural being, a specific supernatural being that, you know, grants them the ability to cast spells, right? But now I'm picking cantrip for him. And this is actually a very good one that uses reaction. So, you know, basically, it's more or less a passive that will damage enemies that try to attack him.
Yep.
So that's a good one. And then, Eldritch Invocations, and this Agonizing Blast and Repelling Blast are both things that basically enhance Will's main attack form. So I'm going to take those, right? And then here, you can, you know, like replace spells if you are already at the limit that you can, you know, like have prepared.
Yep.
But I'm not at that limit just yet. And so he has a small selection of spells, you know, different things that can be done. I like to pick things like Burning Hands, because, you know, like if enemies are within melee range, you can actually do damage to them without having to rely on an attack roll.
Yep.
And now he's going to be up to level 3, so he gets another improvement to health, and another passive, and another spell. And so what are we going to do? We're going to get Mirror Image, because Mirror Image, in my opinion, is one of the best spells in the game, right? Defensive spell. And then there's different sort of little specialization things. So if I choose this Pact of the Chain, then I can get the Services of a Familiar, which is, you know, like a small minor creature, I guess, that can, I'm not sure what they do in this game, to tell you the truth. In the first edition, if you use the Find Familiar spell, well, your familiar was just a small animal, like a dog or a bat or a cat or whatever, right? And they could do small things, but not really a lot of very substantial things. And then this Pact of the Blade allows you to either sort of turn your non-magical weapon magical, or allows you to summon one. Or Pact of the Tome, which gives you a few extra, I guess, cantrips that you can cast. So I'm going to pick this. And then we get to pick another spell. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this spell called Shatter, which does a decent amount of damage, and it has an area of effect.
Yep.
Right? It's like a small fireball almost, except it's thunder damage instead of fire damage, right?
Fair enough.
Okay. So now we're going to run Will over to the chest here, because I've been equipping everybody with an item or two out of this traveler's chest. And one of the things that I have been equipping people from here is shoes. Okay. And so if we, you know, like just pick any pair of shoes, they don't actually show up here for these characters unless you're choosing to hide their armor all the time. But basically what these do is they give Will the ability to cast that Misty Step spell, which is extremely useful for you know, like getting out of a tight spot, or you know, like if you need to move suddenly all the way across across the map or whatever, right?
Yep.
You know, like in a battle type situation. So anyway, Will can use some martial type weapons. He doesn't really use a bow or a crossbow or anything. He can use rapiers and short swords and that kind of stuff. And but he's not really that terribly effective with that kind of thing. Basically, this is probably his best attack, and it's called Eldritch Blast, which is usable over and over, like it's basically a cantrip.
Yep.
Right? And he's also got, you know, like things like this, which is an area effect poison, I think, attacks, or something like that. And, you know, like a few other special abilities, right? Including Speak with Animals, something called Thorn Whip. And of course we have our mirror image, and he also has the ability to cast guidance, just like Shadowheart does. And this is actually usually a bard ability called Vicious Mockery, right? Which does a small amount of damage, but also makes that creature have a disadvantage on its next attack roll. So it's a minor thing, but it's fairly useful.
All's well that ends.
So anyway,
It could have.
we're just going to rummage through the old backpack thing here again. And insight, religion, history, animal handling, perception, blade ward, okay, investigation. Okay, that might be useful to have. Let's see what happens here if we put this one now. Okay, so this outfit gives me the ability to cast a magic missile, right? Which is fairly minor, but it is kind of handy if you have a enemy with a low amount of health that you really, really want to hit with something.
Yep.
Anyway, we'll end the day. We have enough camp supplies to end the day and get a full rest, and I don't think anybody else wants to talk now. Don't see any little indicators, so, and probably don't quite have enough miscellaneous supplies there, so we'll just use one of these supply packs. And we'll leave camp. What are we looking at for time here, anyway?
We're at an hour 14, so perhaps we should take a quick break.
Okay, well, I don't know. Do you want to continue on some more, or should we just call it an episode here?
I see no reason not to continue on.
Okay, well then we will take a short break.
All right. And we're back.
Yes. Oops, and I went and I hit that the keyboard again, because we use keyboard controls, of course, to control the recording software.
And it activates the keyboard.
Yeah. So anyway,
Man, they didn't even clean up the blood out here. It's still as red as ever. Fresh, I guess.
yep. The bodies are gone. Well, no, not all the bodies even are gone.
Oh, that one's hidden in the bushes, though. They maybe just didn't see that one.
Oh. Okay, all he has on him is a skull. So we're going to wander around in the wilderness here a little bit. And, you know, there's just a couple of minor things to find over here. Everybody fails their survival checks. Oh, somebody finally passed one. So we could go in this stone door, but we don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to?
No, for reasons that will become obvious later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, here's a backpack. So we'll open the backpack and we'll take all the stuff out. See, this is why I don't carry the grease spell, because I have these things called grease bottles, right?
Yep.
Which basically do pretty much the same thing. Create a slippery surface that is a...
I wouldn't quite say that. I learned the lesson after all.
So we're going to pick up this backpack.
I taught them to fight, not to hate.
And we're going to give this backpack to Will. Because Will, being a magic usury type 2, is already
carrying scrolls.
Starting to collect some scrolls.
So he needs a place to put his shit.
So he needs a place to put his shit, yep.
No time to rest.
And it also looks as though we need to divvy up some of these healing potions too. The Shadowheart has 2, Gale has 2, Will has only 1.
And you have 18.
Yeah, so I think it's time to maybe... We'll do a split, and we'll maybe do 3, and we'll send 3 to Shadowheart. Then we'll do another split, and we'll do 3, and we'll send 3 to Gale. Another split. We'll do 4, send 4 to Bill. Okay. Because you want to make sure that your companions have enough, you know, healing items to keep themselves going, right?
Yep.
Anyway, we can kind of wander off over this way a bit.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Press the wound. Not like that.
What then?
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's do a medicine check.
You made it.
Yeah, well, I'm good at that kind of thing because I have a high wisdom score, right?
Ah.
He's hurt badly, and Owlbear got him deep. If there's anything you can do...
I'm watching you.
Oh, yeah, you're not very friendly.
With you. A familiar squirming churns in your head.
Okay, let's hold his stare.
Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. She is a true soul. Mind her. She will... She...
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now.
Yeah, I think Ed went gack.
You're true soul.
Yep.
Edwin, our brother. He was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
Okay, well, we can ask some rather obvious questions.
What? Are you testing us?
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice. Your words are her command. She grants you the power to enforce her will. And when the time comes, the true souls, you, will rule.
That fellow had a tadpole in his head, and they consider him blessed? Chosen? What madness is this?
Okay. I could do that. I could tell him I'm not. Let's see. I'm looking for the druid Halson.
I don't know any druids.
Okay. Then why are you out here?
We know that all too well, man. But the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Oh, yeah? I'm a survivor of the crash.
You're just gonna be blunt about it?
Sure, why not?
You! Brynna! Kill her!
Okay, well...
I guess that was the correct answer.
Yeah, really, eh? Okay, well, we'll use Flurry of Blows topple on that guy. He saved, though, so he didn't fall down, right? But then we'll use this. That will probably pretty much finish him off.
My faith will protect me. Moving.
No holding back.
Okay, so Will has these abilities, right? And one of them is this Eldritch Blast, right? And you can see that it has a knockback effect. And I think he's at a disadvantage there because I moved in a little bit too close, right? But whatever. So as you can see, that's a fairly powerful ability, right? Anyway, we're going to loot Ed here.
Strange power resonates within the corpse.
Well, you know what? I guess they should have not picked a fight that they couldn't win.
Well, they were outnumbered 2-1. But that's religious fanaticism for you, right?
There's something of value, something your mind craves. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
Okay, let's go with it.
Yep.
That's okay, he was already dead anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we'll just put that in our pocket.
Yeah, put it in your back pocket.
Abandon their host as soon as they need to. Vile parasites.
All the more reason to rid ourselves of our own uninvited guests.
Yeah, well. Shaft of a broken spear. We can sell the shaft of a broken spear. I'm not sure why anybody would want to buy one, but... And we have, of course, food items that we can send to camp. And that's just a empty bottle.
What was the Blade of Frontier's toughest kill?
Ah,
And then we got Andric there.
A hungry minotaur with a hankering.
Acid vials are thrown weapons. They're
Yep.
they're grenade
An
weapons,
axe-bearing
basically.
mountain of fur she was. Gave me a nasty scar.
Well, he was a dick anyways.
Yep.
I hope you don't mind if I don't ask to see it.
We'll just loot all their stuff. Then we'll wander down this way a bit.
Owlbear tracks. Its nest must be nearby.
Must
Yeah.
be the one that killed him.
Yeah, it's probably in this cave. And I'm not suggesting that we should go and challenge an owlbear at this point, but it might be interesting just to have a look around in here anyway.
That stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
Okay. The heavy stone. We're going to grab the heavy stone because it might prove to be useful later. And then we're going to go this way.
Now I just have that image in my head of that power lifter guy, Alan Thrall, lifting the heavy stone, deadlifting it, and then putting it back down, and lifting it, and then putting it back down.
Luna over there.
We just found a Shrine of Selûne. But our Arcana check failed. Somebody else's check failed.
A wizard sealed this chest. Wasn't an amateur either.
Yeah, you don't want to try and open that chest without doing the right things first.
That's curious.
A prayer dedicated to Selûne, imploring all to accept the Moon Maiden's blessings and share in their bounty.
Just an odd
So
prayer.
we'll pick that up.
Yeah.
And then we'll read the... So, according to the mythos in 5th edition, apparently, Selûne and Shar were the two original deities or something. And then they more or less created the world, and then the other gods kind of came into being as a result of that action.
Ah.
Although they also refer to another god known as Ao. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But apparently he is like maybe the one that created Selûne and Shar or something, right? I'm not sure how it all works. I'd have to probably get a hold of the books or, and read some of the lore. Okay, so if I want to open this chest, I have to actually go in here and read this prayer sheet, right?
Chest is unlocked. My prayers are answered.
And then I get an inspiration point. And by the way, I'm running one of the mods. Like I mentioned earlier, I am running a slightly modded game, like about a dozen mods maybe.
Yep.
One of the mods that I'm running is one that allows me to have more than 4 inspiration slots. Because basically whenever you come into a situation like this...
You should leave it, or even destroy it if possible.
But why?
This rubbish is an offering to Selûne. At best, it's worthless. At worst, who knows? Could be cursed. Do not trifle with that moon witch, or her trinkets. Only trouble will follow.
Well, let's go. Why do you care so much? Oh, that one looks like it's going to be a tough one, too. Oh.
And you made it easily.
I should have stayed quiet. You want the truth? Fine. I worship Shar, mistress of the night, Selûne's twin and foe. Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it.
A Shah worshipper. Not my usual quarry. Nor my usual ally.
Okay. Well, I don't care who you worship. We have bigger problems.
I didn't think you'd react so pragmatically. Perhaps I should have told you sooner.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling me.
Don't thank me. I'm breaking Lady Shah's teachings just by doing so. But sometimes you have to be practical.
Okay, well, let's open this wonderful chest. There's a Selûnite rite. Describes the initiation rite observed by some who worship the moon goddess When a youngster came of age, they would be left to fend for themselves deep in the wilds. There they would show their skills of navigation and self-reliance, as well as their determination to return to the Moon Maiden's silvery glow. Once they found their way back to their people, their faith and standing as a follower of Selûne would be beyond any doubt. Okay.
Something like coming of age rites. Barbaric nonsense.
So apparently I'm trying to sneak this out of the chest without Shadowheart noticing or something.
I guess so.
Because she might disapprove. And then we have some regular run-of-the-mill treasure type items here too. Like an idol of Selûne. That's worth a fair amount of money. And a moondrop pendant. Okay, that's actually a good item. When the wearer has 50% hit points or less, they don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Free movement.
Well, no, the idea being that if you decide you want to turn tail and run, then you can without having to use the withdraw ability, right?
Yep.
So, anyway, and then we can, like pick up and add to wares. Pick up, add to wares. Scroll of Detect Thoughts. Okay. I guess we'll just pick that up for now. People get really pissed off if you try to use that ability.
Well, of course.
And it fails, because then they detect that you're trying to invade their thoughts. And yeah, they can get quite hostile. The war between Selûne and Shar. So this book basically explains it a little bit about how Selûne ignited the sun and brought life-sustaining life and warmth to the universe, and that really pissed off Shar, who I guess did not want life and light in the universe. And I'm not so sure why someone would worship a deity like that as opposed to one that is in favor of life and light. But anyway. So we could go back up this way as well, but it's probably best if we don't, because owlbears are badass animals, and
you don't want to fuck with one before you're ready.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to get into that before you're ready. But I did want to come in here and loot that shrine anyway, because it does have useful, items in it and that kind of thing.
Yep.
You seem to know a good deal about our condition, Get.
Everything, really. Not to put too fine a point on it.
A humble specimen, aren't you?
On occasion.
Anyway, we could go up this way a little bit. That's mud, by the way. And there is a ruptured mind flare pod.
An empty mind flare vessel. If its occupant survived, then nowhere to be seen.
So obviously at least one other person survived the crash too, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Well, they
aren't dead inside.
Yeah, they aren't dead inside the pod, so, Now I have to backtrack here again a little bit.
So, Will with a Y. Why?
Why? That's right.
Why?
Why? A great uncle's name, my father said. But I just figured he couldn't spell.
Oh, fuck.
So we'll wander up this way a little bit. And...
Strange. It looks healthy, but it's stone dead.
Oh yeah, the exsanguinated boar. We can send the bloodless pig meat to camp.
A dead boar. but it doesn't look like it's been touched by scavengers.
Well, here's where your medicine skill comes in handy.
That's right.
The carcass seems to be fresh, only a few hours dead. You notice 2 small puncture wounds in its neck. Looking closer, you can see the skin around its face is desiccated. It's been completely drained of blood.
Okay. Anyway, we'll kind of wander around here. I don't think there's too many more points of interest over this. So we can, without any further delay, we can head up to the next area here. Okay. Which is across this bridge. So we can have a look in these crates. Nothing much worth of anything there. Okay, add that to wares. And we can have a look at that one. Hey, look at that. There's some people over there.
Some dead ones and some living ones.
Yeah. I like to open these barrels and stuff too because you can... Whoops, shit. Wait a minute, cancel. Send to camp. Yeah.
You were going to sell the potatoes?
Well, it's just a... like
force of habit.
An input error. No, sometimes I just try to do it a little bit too fast and I don't get... Right.
Yep.
Oh, okay. The living people took off and left the dead people behind. The dead adventurer... And another dead adventurer with a scroll of burning hands, and we'll give that to Will. And a scroll of detect thoughts, we'll give that to Will. And a dead goblin. And look at all the good stuff this guy was carrying.
Man, imagine your meal is cheese and red peppers.
Tasty. Goblin's drawing. Drawn in thick charcoal lines on an animal skin, this childlike portrait depicts 3 stick figures. A goblin with sparks in its hands, a square humanoid figure that seems, and what seems to be an elf. Each of them is wearing a simple crown. Okay. Well, we got an update to our journal here from that. Let's see what the update says. Defeat the goblins. Travel to the goblin camp. The goblins must have more than one leader, by the looks of it. Okay.
Goblins are close. I'd know that stench anywhere.
Yeah. Okay, well, we can send this stuff to camp. And there's a little bit, you know, like
flowers to pick.
Yep, flowers to pick. Hey, flower picking is just as important here as it is in Skyrim.
You goddamn flower picker.
Yeah. Nothing in the bird's nest. Oh, didn't want to go down there. There's nothing down there anyway. That's just the Owlbear's cave down there at the bottom of this cliff.
Multiple ways to get to the same place.
Pretty much, yeah. Like these maps are laid out a lot like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Where everything is all very circular. Yeah, like if you climb down this rock face, you can see the entrance to the cave right there, right?
Oh. Yeah, imagine being the dumbass who's fishing next to an owlbear cave.
Well, and you know what? For people who don't like flower picking and gathering of materials and stuff like that, well, you know what?
It's what you do.
It's what I do. And also, these things later, like the raspberries and all this other stuff.
Yep.
These things become provisions, right?
Yep.
So you need these things. And we can pick mushrooms too. See that?
I'll take that.
Okay, and there is a dog, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, I think I have one here, yeah. Drink a potion of animal speaking, because then we can talk to the dog. And the dog's name is Scratch.
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly.
What
I
happened?
told you to go.
Okay, well, let's try some persuasion. Because I like dogs. Okay, that wasn't so great.
Oof.
Oh well, we've got 5 inspirations, so I guess we can probably afford to spend one to try this again.
No, you made it on a natural roll.
Yeah.
There's death in your scent, but not in your words. Still, you should go. My friend is injured.
I think he's more than injured.
Rest.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to wake up.
Of course he will. And then we'll return home.
What's your
He
name?
calls me Scratch. You can do the same.
Okay, what happened to your
We were
friend?
attacked. Cackling, furry things on 2 legs. And their smell, it was strange, rotten, evil.
You know the creatures he describes. Gnolls.
Okay. Yeah, come on, you can
No.
travel with me.
I won't leave him.
Okay, if he doesn't wake up, come
If it
to my
comes to that.
camp.
I may. Thank you.
Anyway, he doesn't seem to mind too much if we loot this guy, so we'll do that. Tough letter. Okay, 9 fingers. I won't come back to the city while you have your thugs looking for me. If you want the debt paid, you'll have to trust me and collect it yourself. Go to the graveyard and look for an M. Kerwin is buried. Get digging and you find enough valuables to settle matters between us. Okay, you know what? That might be a hint, because that could be something in Baldur's Gate later, right? Daven, it's a boy. Okay, congratulations to you guys. We'll just add that one to wares. Personal note. Domwick, be careful on the way back to Baldur's Gate. Yeah, okay. So it looks like this guy was not... Oh, he was the postman. He was the mailman. Right? Postmaster General Danzo. I wonder if we'll meet Postmaster General Danzo later. And he has some leather boots, but we'll...
Yeah, it seems like postman is a dangerous occupation to have in a world like this.
Yeah.
Unless of course, you're like the magical psychic Skyrim courier.
Actually, those guys get killed occasionally, too. And for some reason, I got 60 XP just for coming over here, and I don't know why. I have never figured that one out.
Did you discover a location or something?
I don't know. Maybe it's just this location. Maybe I get 60 XP just for
coming here and
encountering the dog or something, right?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
That's curious.
Oh yeah. Rocky crevice, like little hole in the wall, and if I could make myself small somehow, like for instance, druids can change their shapes.
Yep.
So you could turn into a mouse or a rat or something like that and crawl through that hole. Of course, I have the ability to turn myself into a cloud of mist at will, so I could travel through there too, right, if I wanted to. But I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to go in here and we're going to establish our presence in the village, and then we'll call it an episode. Because I imagine we must be getting close to 2 hours here by now. Okay, I know you're there.
You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. Wait. A drow. In the sun. Stand down. This one's got a touch of the absolute about her.
Ah, fuck.
Apologies, your lordship. Hard making you out from a distance.
Especially with that funny looking mask thing on again, right?
Of course. Come and go as you like. Move it, lads, and show some respect.
Okay, I just got 100 XP for that. So you'll notice that Will has +6 health there.
Yep.
And I'm not entirely sure what that's about. But if we check him here, under characteristics, it's called Dark One's Blessing. Okay.
Ah.
So that's kind of like a warlock ability, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of like an extra cushion of health.
I've got a long road ahead.
So anyway, I think for now, we're going to call it an episode here. We must be getting close to 2 hours by now.
We're about an hour 50 almost.
Yeah. And so there isn't really a whole lot we can do in the next 10 minutes or so. But we made it to the village. There's all sorts of interesting encounters and stuff to do here in the village. And so we'll maybe pick that up in the next episode.
All right.
So until then,
I'm Recthy5.
And I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.